Coming up ahead on tonight on 0800 Tardis News, what did you think about the episode The Witch is Familiar? It definitely shows a lot different to what it should have been. Plus we'll also talk to Dave Rofe and Chris Gardner later in the show about their opinions of the episode, and we'll give you the viewing rating figures of The Magician's Apprentice. Good evening and welcome to 0800 Tardis News. So what did you think of The Witch is Familiar? I thought it was quite a interesting episode. Some parts definitely showed that Clara spent a lot of time with Missy rather than the Doctor. I do have to admit that. It's a fair bit there. Yeah. Also, you know, it's one of those things. Also, we'll be talking to Chris Gardner later on the show. Now, he recently interviewed Jenna Coleman, and, you know, we'll hear all about the glory stories of what's happening there. But now we'll cross over to the news and onto, was it camera 3, please, director? Yeah. So, definitely in the news that we've had over here, we've had Paul Scoons, Doctor Who author, has made his way to Hamilton on Sunday, as of the time when this show was recorded. It was, so he showed off a bit of a thing. I've heard a little bit from Chris that it was quite a good experience. Chris will explain a little bit more later in the show on that. Now, the other one that's really has got me, we've got rating figures. Now, I'm going to tell you the great rating figures. In Australia, you know, I'm sorry if we have to do our Trans-Tasman part cousins across the ditch, but the rating figures were 653,000 viewers across the 5 major capital cities. It was the top rating ABC drama of the day and the 8th highest rating program of the day overall. This ratings does not include the regional ones, which Australia has a different rating system to clearly what we do. So that was the good news from Australia. It's a pity New Zealand, I don't know, what do you call it when it comes to New Zealand? We only got 52,000 people watching Doctor Who, which, I don't know if that's been if it's a good year or a bad year for it, but we do need more people to watch it. I mean, you know, if it's on TV, watch it on Prime. We are not waiting anything more than 12 hours, you know, and do it to sit there and support Prime and support it because they have listened to us and they have followed what we've wanted as the fans, and even better, it's at 7:30 at night. So that's what's happening there. So, oh, there's a fair bit that's been happening in the world this week. Now, on to some other news. Let's show you a bit of a teaser of a clip here, and then we'll get ready to speak to Dave, coming live from Hastings.
Alert! Alert! The infirmary is breached!
Protect Davros! Davros must be assisted!
Davros is leaving the infirmary!
Davros must remain! Davros cannot leave!
My children, help me!
You must return to the infirmary!
The doctor is escaping. Find him. Find the doctor.
Don't forget to click below to subscribe to the official Doctor Who YouTube channel.
So what did you think of that teaser up there? I thought it was quite good. Now, just before we cross over to Dave, who's coming live from Hastings, here was a comment done by Will Parry on Facebook last week. Doctor Who Series 9, Episode 1, more like Series 4, Episode 13 reunion. I definitely agree with that, and, you know, it's seen with Davros. And Dave, now, thanks for coming live from good old Hastings. What do you think of Will's comment?
Well, I don't know, to be honest. I have no clue.
No clue? So do you remember, what do you call it, I think it was at the Judy's End? It was when the Daleks stole the planet, the 27 planets, and tried to do the Crucible. And David Tennant with the Companions made all of a comeback. Do you remember the episode we're talking about?
I haven't watched it.
Oh God, you're a guilty one. At least this guy sits there and follows latest Doctor Who.
Well, yeah, I kind of just got into Doctor Who like 2014, so it's like I haven't had the chance to watch Like, all of them?
Gee, you're going to have to sit there and start doing that. And hey guys, he's even on the committee for 0800 Tardis Incorporated, so you know, I mean, don't ask me how he's managed to sit there and get where he has.
Well, yeah, well, because I'm just awesome, that's why.
Yeah, okay. Yes. So, talking about the Magician's Apprentice and the Witch's was it Familiar? God, I wanted to say Mafillia.
The Magician's Apprentice and the Witch's Familiar.
Yes, yeah, good. Yeah, it's been a long day. So, what did you think of the 2 episodes? So, considering you've watched both of them, I mean...
Well, number one, it was a great entrance. I reckon they did very good on it. It's really something that they haven't tried before, so yeah.
It was much better than Deep Breath, do you think?
Yeah, and I say Deep Breath was good, but then this one it was good. I loved it.
You loved it?
Yeah.
So out of 10 ratings, as if you're Kate Roger from TV3, how many stars would... Actually, no, she does it on 5 stars, I think. How many stars would you rate it?
Oh, that's going to be a hard one. 9.5 because of, because they got rid of the sonic screwdriver.
Yes, yeah, that is so true. Don't know what's happened to the sonic screwdriver, however, I like the glasses. It's definitely a new look.
Yes, I loved it. But it was unexpected at first. I thought they were joking.
About getting rid of the sonic screwdriver.
Yeah, I thought they were pulling our leg, but then, when I saw last night's episode, then I was like, okay then.
Do you think the sunglasses will have the same capacities as the sonic screwdriver just by looking at them?
Not really, because what can you fit into a... Oh, well, he is the doctor, I suppose, so what he can do with stuff is beyond me.
So you definitely do like the idea of the sunglasses. I mean, hey, I wonder if we could sit there and get some of these pairs of sunglasses out there in the world.
Yeah, that would be good.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, we've been talking. Now, there's a couple of other things here. We want to get your opinion on this. In the media recently, there has also been talked about Domino's Pizza have decided to start doing GPS tracking. So, do we need to do a comedy spoof where, well, pizza deliveries are getting that fast and causing so much hassle that the TARDIS is the one delivering them?
Yeah, we need to do that, yeah.
Yeah, okay, I've got to find a blue police box there. No, I just wanted to see your opinion on that because I thought about it, over the last couple of days, as a good intro, was it video or something?
Yeah, I would love to see that.
Okay. So now, what do you think about Jenna Coleman leaving? Do you think she's going to be... Now, do you think she's actually... When do you think she's going to disappear?
I'm guessing, since we haven't heard anything much, I think she might leave the... the episode, the girl who something dies or whatever, I can't remember the actual name, but something about that.
Yes.
I can guess that it might be there, but I don't think so.
Oh, okay. No, that'd just be interesting just to see what is being said there. Also, do you think another companion's going to join the crowd this season?
That's hard to say.
That's hard to say?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. No, that's interesting to know. No, for some reason I have a feeling another companion's due to return. Do you think Danny Pink will make a return, actually, as Clara's boyfriend?
He could do, because it is possible. I am pretty sure, because if Missy's still alive, then will she be able to teleport back to the Nethersphere?
Well, that does state that it is achievable. Yeah, it's achievable. It is possible. Yeah. No, this will be an interesting point to do there. I do think... yeah, okay. Now, you've also heard that Alex Kingston will be appearing this Christmas in Doctor Who?
Oh, so it's that far away she's going to be... Oh, yeah.
The Christmas episode. River Song's going to make a reappearance.
Oh, yay. She has been missed.
Oh, definitely. And the thing is, I wonder, with River Song, if River Song does appear back into Peter Capaldi, will Peter Capaldi be in the diary? Or will that be a new part of River's timeline?
What I really want to see is, how in the David Tennant series, how he went back to that place and found Sis or whatever his name is. So Peter Capaldi, like in the Roman Empire, whatever it was.
Oh, Fire of Pompeii.
Yes, Fire of Pompeii. Yes. I read something about that that it might appear in the series.
That he might be companionless in the episode, stealing another TARDIS. Oh, that's an interesting thought. Yeah, okay, that's definitely interesting. So, your highs of the 2 episodes, what do you rate as your high points?
I loved what the Witch is Familiar. I loved it. It was just excellent. How Davros tricked the Doctor like that. That was awesome. Like how he did it.
Yes.
The Doctor actually believed him.
Yeah.
That's not like the Doctor to believe his arch nemesis.
Well, that's so true. Yes, but on the occasion, yeah, he kind of did. Yeah. Now, also, what would you say some more low points of the episode? Did you hit any low points?
Well, I actually didn't like it that they actually abandoned Missy and how Missy actually wanted to try to get rid of Clara.
Yes, but I do think Missy is going to reappear somewhere. I have to say, I haven't found much low points, but that is probably a low point. The other one is every time they have to keep putting on the ads.
Oh my god, yes, that was annoying.
I know. Because I'm so used to watching it on, as a online version after the fact. So it's like, oh god, yeah.
I recorded it, so like I could fast forward through the ads. So
yes, lucky you. We watched it live, but we also sat there and contributed to the 52,000 people who watched Doctor Who, according to the ratings. Not many people watched it on live TV. Well, equivalent live. You know what I mean. But you might have to sit there and start watching it live.
Yeah. Well, I can't because like my auntie's in like watching TV till like 10 o'clock at night.
Oh god, what a pain in the butt. Yeah. Oh well, that's your auntie's choice of what's doing. Okay. Well, thank you for joining us here on this good old Sunday evening, and I hope you enjoyed the rest of the episodes. So, as you can see, we've got Dave's opinion. So coming up after our quick break here, we will get Chris Gardner's opinion on what's happening. And we'll see you later after the break.
I have you at my mercy. Exterminate. Doctor. Ancient. Inoperable. Genius. You would threaten a dying man. Have I not suffered enough? Get out. I cannot leave this chamber. It sustains me. Get out!
Don't forget to click below to subscribe to the official Doctor Who YouTube channel.
Well, that's the bit of the good news we have up ahead. So, we're now going to talk to Chris Gardner from the Waikato Times, who's probably our best Doctor Who journalist in New Zealand. How's it going?
Oh, good, thanks. I don't know about the best Doctor Who journalist, but anyway.
Well, you probably get more news out of it than any other person who works for, should I say, Fairfax Media?
Yeah.
So, what did you think about the episode The Witch is Familiar? Also The Magician's Apprentice, since we could probably compare them both together as they were two-parters.
Yeah, very, very good. Very surprising. I think Stephen Moffat sort of, came up with a surprising storyline. And as I said last week in a review online, he's basically finding a new way to tell an old story.
So, definitely true. I can agree with you there. What do you think about, actually, here's something I should put on there. Clara spending more time talking, was it with Missy than actually with the Doctor, I've noticed across the 2 episodes.
Yeah, well, that's the whole point of the title of this week's episode, isn't it? The Witch is Familiar. The Witch is obviously Missy, and the familiar is Clara, the person that she's familiar with.
Definitely. And now, on the one thing since the end of the episode, what do you think's happened to Missy? She's definitely going to be coming back.
Knowing Stephen Moffat, she'll be back at the end of the season with the Dalek Army behind her.
Dalek Army. Okay, that's going to be an interesting storyline. Now, on some other news, as I read on stuff, you interviewed Jenna Coleman.
I did.
tell us all the juicy details of the interview, since you probably got the joys of it. Was it a Skype one?
No, it was a telephone interview, which my kids sat in on and listened to, and asked her a couple of questions at the beginning, and she was very gracious and answered them very politely and friendly, and yeah, it was a very genuine 15 minutes on the phone.
Worth every second making that phone call?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, Jenna told us a bit about what was coming up ahead of this season, and was really there to try and tantalise us with some details to get us to tune in, which we would do anyway. Then a week or two later, some news broke that she, was not going to be in the Christmas special. So I don't really know how much of what she told me was true. I'm not suggesting she's a liar for 1 minute, but I am suggesting that maybe she is given certain scripts and certain instructions about what to say. Yeah, it's just all mysterious, isn't it? And I guess we'll just have to wait and see until Christmas exactly what happens to Clara over the next year, or the next season full of episodes.
Well, there has been many speculations over the like she's been going, she's not been going, all of that over the past 12 months. I mean, there was said that she wasn't going to be coming back for the Christmas special last year, but she did come back and did another season. So who knows?
Personally, I don't believe a word of any of it, and I just sit and watch and wait and see, and I don't want to be spoiled anyway. So
I totally can see where you're coming from there. So, of the episode, you think it was a bit interesting how they had the Doctor going around Davros's chair? I mean, I remember the last time they had that, it would have been what was it? It was the Dalek, the first set of Dalek episodes. Was that when William Hartnell was in the shell of a Dalek at one stage?
No, I'm thinking about that. Yeah, it wasn't. It was Ian Chesterton, wasn't it, that got inside a Dalek casing?
Oh, was it Ian Chester? Yes, you can probably tell I haven't seen many of the black and whites.
Yeah, I watched it sort of, I don't know, a couple of years ago. I got the box set for my birthday, and I was actually thinking this, in a lot of ways, this season is a bit of a whole complete reboot from day one for the Doctor Who, because, Peter Capaldi is 2.1. He's the first Doctor in the second load of regenerations, and quite a lot of particularly this first two episodes of this season, quite a lot of the things and themes that are coming out are familiar ones that have been sort of about in Doctor Who even since day one, as you say. With a companion climbing inside a Dalek shell.
Yeah.
We saw that way back in 1960, either 3 or 4. I'm not sure when that one aired, but
yes.
Yeah.
Probably long before my time, and probably just when you would have just been born. I don't know.
Oh, I wasn't born then.
And the other one is Paul Scoons was recently down in Hamilton. How did you go and have a look while you were down there?
I did. Yeah, that was this afternoon. It was great. He did a slideshow and a talk in the library, out of the goodness of his heart, and talked for about an hour on the history of Doctor Who and the history of the show in New Zealand, and a little bit about the comic books and how they have tied into the TV series over the years. And
that was definitely, good to hear, and hopefully he had a good time. We might have to get him down in Wellington as well. Do you think he'll make the trip to Wellington for something like this?
Well, I think if he paid his airfare, I'm sure he would go.
Grab a seat and we'll chuck him in a B&B.
Yeah, absolutely.
Probably would actually take up the offer.
I think he would.
Well, okay.
You're right.
I'm definitely fine. I'm glad to see the cameras on your ends back in action. So, more on that, was it The Magician's Apprentice? I think there was a fair bit there, because they showed a lot of flashbacks to young Davros, and then they showed the flashback at the end. What was your opinion of going to happen prior to seeing tonight's episode and seeing, how the flashbacks were tied to each other?
I've learned over the last 10 years since the show's been back not to expect anything in particular, and to expect everything. Everything's possible. it seems in the hands of the current producers and writers, they just can completely out of left field. And I just actually, at the end of the episode, I wound it back right to the beginning again and just watched the pre-credit sequence, because I thought, did I just see William Hartnell flash by there? And yes, I did, and I missed Tom Baker the first time, but there was Tom Baker there as well.
Oh, okay. Oh, yes, with the yes, because Tom Baker, his doctor was on Skara at one point in time. So was William Hartnell. Now, didn't William Hartnell go in after Tom Baker went in there, according to the Dalek timeline as such?
Yeah, he would have done, wouldn't he? Because William Hartnell's doctor was on Skara after the Daleks had been created. Tom Baker in Genesis of the Daleks was there at their birth.
Yeah, something that has confused me a little, it just shows a little bit out of place, but I mean, it's one of those things that, when William Hartnell did it, they didn't even have Davros in the picture there.
No, that's right. Davros was first appearing in the 1979 episode Genesis of the Daleks. I'm pretty sure it was 79. And that was Tom Baker's story. It was one that was voted the best story ever in Doctor Who's history at one stage by the readers of Doctor Who magazine, and ironically, it's deleted now. You can't get it on DVD. So,
well, I'm glad I've got it on hard drive then, because actually,
Paul Scoons was telling me that people have been coming into the shop asking for it after last week's episode, and you can't get it.
Well. Yeah, I don't know what you can do there. I mean, is it possible that you can possibly purchase it from iTunes or?
I haven't had a look. I mean, it's possibly in stock at some. Oh gosh, sorry about this. Start that bit again. It's possibly in stock at some online retailers. If they're big retailers that have got a big stock, you might find it somewhere like Amazon or Mighty Ape. Somewhere like that, or if you're lucky, it might be on a shelf somewhere. But if you want to order it, if it's not on the shelf when you go into the shop, there's no chance of getting it because it's gone.
Yeah, I'm glad I've got my copy that's on the VHS tape of those many tapes that I would have told you all about.
Remember those?
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm actually the TV you're on right now. Actually, the VCR works no trouble at all.
That's great.
Oh, compared to the new ones, if you have anything that's bigger than 32, from my experience, it doesn't tend to work through the aerial cable. So something might be useful for the technology piece. So yeah. Now, do you think who else do you think could make some spinbacks from in this season? Any thoughts of what could happen? Do you think another companion might join the team?
Who's likely to return?
Or a new companion, I don't know. Who's likely to return? I mean, Captain Jack would be nice, but...
we know River Song's coming back for the Christmas special.
Oh, yes. Hello, sweetie, yes.
My preference would be that we have her back as a permanent companion, because I just think that Alex Kingston would work wonderfully with Peter Capaldi. You could just see those two sparking off each other.
I totally agree with you there on that one. I think they would be kind of like near perfect.
I would be surprised if she hasn't been asked.
I wonder what her other film commitments are. I actually wonder. That's another person you need to get an interview with. Alex Kingston. That's probably the next one to sit there and do.
Yeah, well, she's doing a Big Finish series at the moment, isn't she?
Yes, now, yeah, that's a point, yeah.
Well, that's on the way. I don't know, she's probably recorded it already, but, yeah.
Now, any spoilers that you could, or any news you could tell us? I assume you're heading to Peter Capaldi's tour on the 24th of November?
I am, yep.
Anything you're allowed to tell us to the Joe Blog public, or do we have to watch the space?
Well, I don't know any more than you do, other than that he's appearing here, and he will be interviewed by an Australian media personality.
Oh, what?
And there will be some clips from the show, and stuff like that. So it'll be quite a sort of organic experience, from what I understand.
Okay. we're hoping. Now, on some other note, because you're from England originally, are you glad that Wales won the rugby or not?
I don't mind.
As long as the All Blacks win?
No, I don't mind at all. I don't really follow the rugby, so yep.
Oh, I don't have to ask since you're from the UK. Well, thank you for joining us on this lovely evening, and hopefully we can catch up more during the season. And will we see you in Auckland as well?
Hopefully, yeah, I'll be there.
Oh, I'll hopefully be there myself. Well, I'm pretty sure I definitely will be there. And there might be some interesting news appearing on the 0800 Tardis page that you might have to sit there and also put on stuff as well.
Is that right? Have you got some scoops?
Well, I've been in touch with the production manager.
Right.
Yes, and that's also for you fans as well. You've got to watch this space as I know some inside information. I'm not allowed to say anything, but hopefully it'll be some good news.
Oh, right. Wonderful.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. Okay, well, thanks for joining us, Chris, on this very late time at night. I mean, it's 9:30 now, past half of our bedtimes. Yeah. Okay, and that's it for tonight's show. If you want to see any more of our interviews and that sort of thing, you can also check us out on our website. That's 0800tardis.co.nz, and watch the space for more stuff. So we'll see you either online, on the show, or in person, and have a great evening.